in the U.S. Navy, Thomas Buchanan, said that the United States is prepared for nuclear war with Russia. Are you prepared for nuclear war with Russia? No. What they are talking about is within a span of 72 minutes, over 100 million Americans would be dead. Okay, you imbeciles, you traitors of the highest order, you're willing to sacrifice 100 million lives of the citizens of this country while you are safe in your underground bunkers. These congressmen and senators in our government are traitors to the United States of America. We have found the enemy, and the enemy is our government, is the murderous monster in the global neighborhood. And America's evangelical pastors and churches are largely disinterested, distracted, and downright dumb about the danger that our country is creating.
Welcome to this Essential Quinn video series. I have compiled 4 separate short videos based on a recent talk given by Pastor Chuck Baldwin, surely the leading preacher of our time, which sets out the extreme risks currently faced by our world. The first reveals the role the United States and Israeli governments are playing in leading us to nuclear confrontation with Russia. The second, the part evangelical Christians' monstrous, misguided, rapturist and Zionist beliefs play in this. The third, what we can expect from the incoming President Trump. And the fourth details what we have to do for ourselves in a world controlled by maniacal psychopaths. I hope you get the time to watch all 4, and I welcome your comments.
And as we speak right now, the United States is using American technology, American munitions, and American manpower to launch attacks against Russia with the goal of provoking Putin into engaging in all-out war with the West before Donald Trump takes office. Unless you've heard this, you're not going to believe this. But if you doubt me, go online and look it up for yourself. Just a few days ago, a rear admiral in the U.S. Navy by the name of Thomas Buchanan said on national television that the United States is prepared for nuclear war with Russia. Are you prepared for nuclear war with Russia? The Rear Admiral said, America is prepared for nuclear war with Russia. If we had any kind of man in the White House, that admiral would have already by now been fired. But he's not. You know why? Because his superiors authorized that statement, and he was the man chosen to make it. That is the view of the government in Washington. We are prepared for global nuclear war with Russia. What they are talking about is within a span of 72 minutes. Listen to me, within a span of 72 minutes, over 100 million Americans would be dead. And life as we know it would forever cease to exist. In an hour and 12 minutes, that's all it would take. And at least 100 million American people would be dead. And millions of others would be dying. And many of the others who didn't die would wish they had. So when this idiot admiral and the idiot superiors get up and say to Mr. Putin in particular, but to the American people, we are ready for nuclear war with Russia. Okay, you imbeciles, you traitors of the highest order, you're willing to sacrifice 100 million lives of the citizens of this country while you are safe in your underground bunkers. But the American people have no clue. And their pastors have no clue. You know, the Russians never gave up their civil defense program. There are bunkers all over Russia for the people of Russia to go to. What has our government done to protect the American people in the event of a nuclear war? What bunker are you going to go into? They've all got bunkers. All the big shot billionaires, they've got bunkers. The DC crowd, they've got bunkers. All the elites, they've got bunkers. The CIA, they've got bunkers. In Russia, they got bunkers for the people to go to. In America, well, we're just on our own. But we're ready. We're prepared for nuclear war with Russia. No, these people are fanatically evil. I'm talking about demon possession. I'm talking about the loss of humanity. I'm talking about monster souls and hearts given to war and death and destruction for their own personal financial gain. It doesn't get any worse than that. A prostitute on the corner of a street is morally superior to these prostitutes in Washington, D.C. These congressmen and senators in our government are traitors to the United States of America. If we survive the next 2 months, if we survive the next 2 months, evangelicals need to stay on their knees because the man going into the White House, Donald Trump, is a radical Zionist extremist who has promised to bomb Iran. And then we will be right back where we are now. facing global nuclear war over Israel instead of over Ukraine? What difference does it make? They're both just proxy agents for America to go to war with Russia and to look like they're justified in doing it. We have found the enemy, and the enemy is us. Our government is the murderous monster in the global neighborhood, and America's evangelical pastors and churches are largely disinterested, distracted, and downright dumb about the danger that our country is creating. How dare America to presume on God's protection?